If you believe that democracies basically depend on trust, the arrival of AI-powered misinformation, fake videos, fake messaging and so forth, especially targeting at you, could really put democracies at risk.
Certainly important that we think about the consequences of our design and how we do influence behaviors. We clearly see it right now that democracy is kind of under threat. The algorithms are pushing us apart. Our opinions are becoming a bit more divisive. Democracy really it leans on the ability for us to want to have a conversation and not hate our opposition, but kind of maybe just disagree. And disagreeing's all right.
Democracy only works when everyone can participate fully. So in our research for disabled voters, we consistently heard that accessing broader political information across broader channels was a major challenge.
Do you think that the perspective of deaf or other differently abled people is not given enough voice in the country to shape the direction of the country?
You are spot on. There's screeds and screeds and screeds of information, and it's all in English and it's flash English, and sometimes you don't understand the content, which means you've got to ask someone what it means, and then that takes forever. The Maori hikoi to Wellington, I have no clue what that's about, but I don't know why the hikoi and what the issue is with national. I do not understand. You've got to pick up bits of information, and it all becomes too hard.
How do you combat this amount of information overwhelm, have it delivered to you in a way that makes sense and is relevant for you as a person, but do it in an unbiased way?
It's a harder problem to solve a lot of the time when you're dealing with someone who can't ingest information in the same way that everyone else. And actually they disengage from the democratic process. What should we do? How can we narrow this down?
Talking about common ground and finding common ground, and
the idea of let's get someone else to chime in here.
Like when it first opens, I'm imagining it talking.
It's an important one too. It's almost like can you choose the voice? Voice is quite polarizing. Like if you find it an annoying voice or kind of the type of voice that maybe you think is biased.
So in this AI-driven future, when prompting and all of the complexities of which model to use and how do I use this feature and how do I use this platform, we're simplifying that for you. We're orchestrating everything in the background and we're doing it very simply.
So just pick the Treaty of Waitangi. So it's creating a podcast.
So we're going to talk about something pretty fundamental to Aotearoa, the Treaty of Waitangi. It's, the bedrock of our country. But figuring out what it actually means, it's been a bit of a wrangle, hasn't it? The main issue is that there are two versions, English and Te Reo Maori, and they don't quite say the same thing.
Generally, I like the concept and I like the conversational tone. I understand the limitations about our ends. It would be good to have a Kiwi voice on there, and it's good that you can fact check it while you're listening to it, so it's not slowing you down.
What does a truly equitable partnership look like in practice? It's a conversation we definitely need to keep having.
What design brings to the table is a quintessential sense of optimism, that in the most horriblest of times, there is a preferred state that exists, and we can get to that state.